Claxby Hill. We had a very long, homemade Norwegian-style sledge.
No, not that.
We hurtled down, we hit one another.
Go and find her. Where are you going, Master? For a drink?
Okay, you guys want anything else?
3 butterbeers and some ginger and lime, please. 6 shots of giggle water.
Pete Earl Grey, huh?
This snake juice is basically rat poison. Spent my whole life right here in Lackawanna County.
Drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Shut up!
Oh, man. All right, guys, welcome back. This round is on me, and if you have found yourself one booth down, welcome. A doctor, a lawyer, a pilot, and a professor have all walked into a bar, and we are joined, as always, by our illustrious live chat over on Patreon. If you want to join this chat, visit us at Patreon. Links are down in the description below, but we've got a great show for you today.
Oh, yeah, while we're at it, calls to action here. Thank you to whoever's in Oklahoma listening and sent us a really sweet text message through the link in the podcast. That was really great. We love when people do that. Like, we love feedback, obviously. We crave attention otherwise
We wouldn't
for
be podcasters.
That's true. And we
You're
did
right.
go and buy those Bitcoin, and we did send them your way. Is that not what that was a different text?
the Nigerian prince? No,
Well,
he wasn't.
I actually took a bite out of a quarter and sent it to them. You know,
I have that magic trick. I
didn't know
You
it
were
was a magic
supposed to
trick.
do that
I
on
have-
air last time.
I have the bit quarter trick, and Bitcoin has been a thing for a decade, and
Whoa.
Watch this. I will make rain appear. I'm a magician. Thank you, Apple.
whoa.
Let's celebrate.
Well, in case you can't tell, we have a great show for you today. Coming up a little later, we're playing
Bitcoin.
my favorite game. But before we get there, we're going to lead out tonight with what we always do, the Dailies.
What are we gonna call this?
I write for the Daily Prophet.
That's crap.
I want the name of this flying whatchamacallit to go with the Daily Planet like bacon and eggs.
Crap.
Daily Bugle.
That's pretty good. But it's taken.
Pew pew do 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 bum ba da.
That took a lot of turns. It was
Yeah,
like
I was
watching
expecting-
a Plinko chip go down a Plinko board.
For a second there, I thought that note progression was the beginning of Spice Up Your Life. Pew,
Spice Up Your-
pew, 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 pew.
I'm not sure I know that one.
I don't know that
Every
song.
boy and every girl, spice up your life. People of the world, spice up your life.
Is that a Chapel
Spice
Roan
Girls?
song?
That
No,
is a s-
it's a Chapel.
I don't know
No,
this one.
you do not besmirch the good name of the Spice Girls with Chip.
Is which of the trolls or which of the Smurfs is besmirch? Is that? I don't know that one.
Oh, so fun fact, that's where my love of the British accent started. My cousin made us watch Spice World
I'm a spicy girl
multiple
in
times
a
a
spicy
day.
world.
Every time I went to her house, and the only way that I could bear to get through it was to listen to lines and repeat them to myself to try and learn the British accent.
I'm extremely happy that I was 8 years old when the 90s ended, and so I missed that part.
No, I was 2 years old when the 90s started and 12 when they ended. My entire childhood was the 90s, and it was the best.
Yep.
The absolute best.
Oh, the 90s?
Speaking
The
of
90s
dailies,
were great, but I'm glad that I was young enough that all of my
Yeah.
nostalgia
Don't you
is
remember
rose-colored.
2001? What a great year. Nothing bad will ever happen.
Oh, yeah, when Shrek came out, right?
Exactly.
That was-
Nothing bad will ever happen in our young lives. What's that, Mom? Why are you crying? Oh, no.
Well, speaking of nostalgia, I'm going to go first
Whoa.
Speaking of
on
nostalgia,
my daily.
9/11, what?
He said the magic word.
We can't follow that with a pew, pew, pew. Otherwise, the Saudi
No,
Arabians
no,
might give us
no.
money.
So this was announced yesterday, as of this recording. Tom Felton, better known as Draco Malfoy in the Harry
Is
Potter
still
series.
better known as.
Still better known as. Funny enough, is reprising his role as Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway.
When you sent that to us in the chat, I stopped reading after it said that he was playing Draco Malfoy, and I assumed that it meant in the new TV series. And I had a stroke trying to figure out how are they going to make that work. I was like, how is he going to be a child in this television series? And how's he going to be himself? That doesn't make any sense. And I got out of the chat, and it was a long time before I went back and it resolved in my brain.
So, do you know the really bad de-aging that they did on Harrison Ford in the newest Indiana Jones? They're making it even worse. And they're just going to have him, my father. Like,
I want it to be like old 90s movies where it's like he's just on his knees and he has like a backwards hat.
Like when Gary Oldman plays a little person and he's just on his knees in the film and they tied his arms back to, it's like, oh.
I love that Draco is like the one ambassador to the fan, like the probably most high profile ambassador to the fans.
Yeah.
These days.
It's neat because the play is set in the 19 years later. The epilogue to the book is like the opening scene to the play.
Age appropriate.
And Tom Felton will be the exact age that Draco would have been in that opening scene 19 years later. And so he has aged up to the point he is now the age that Draco was, because Draco was in the scene. Like they saw Draco and Astoria and Scorpius further up the platform, but he will be the age. And there's been some promotional pictures that have been released of him in the longer blonde wig and the more sleeker like robes. And I'm hoping that this is kind of an audition tape for him to play Lucius in the show. Because if there was ever he's always been, like Cody says, he's always been kind of an ambassador for the fandom. He's always been cozy to fans and willing to do appearances and things.
How old is Tom Felton?
Because he will also be 30. If they start filming Chamber of Secrets next year, because they're starting with Philosopher's Stone this year, Lucius Malfoy was 38 in his first appearance.
Oh.
Wow. He's the same age as Jason Isaacs was.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, that breaks my brain a lot bit.
Cody and I in Potter Plus had made what actors could return to play it. And the only one that would be a wink and a nod to the original series that would not feel too ham-fisted or cheeky, I think, would be letting him play Lucius. And so I'm excited. We're already planning on getting tickets to go see him on Broadway as Draco Malfoy. So
Broadway's all right, but West End is best end, as we've already established. So call back to 15 minutes ago, real time.
People don't know when we recorded.
For what it's worth, I was looking at Tom Felton's filmography, and he's had a better career than Rupert Grint. So I
didn't say I was holding him up as a paragon of filmographic excellence. Those are words.
Michelle and I watched a BBC miniseries of the Agatha Christie book ABC Murders, and Rupert Grint was in it. And I was like, it's the first thing I've ever seen him in that's not Harry Potter. And it was terrible. Like,
Go back.
All right, well, Cody, what do you got?
Well, much like last week, I'm going to have another Disney Plus themed daily.
Is that an excuse to do more than one?
Yes.
Cody,
the more you say I can't do twofers,
what's our rule
the more
on
I say
twofers?
I can't do twofers, the more that I will sneak them in to the point where
Also,
they're a 5.
it's not 2 4s, it's 2fers.
Oh, I can do 4 things now?
No.
Go back. Well, I just
It's
wanted
like
to
Rupert Grint all over again.
It's been a few weeks, but Andor ended, and
I'm not done yet.
I won't
Spoiler-free
spoil
review.
anything, but Genevieve O'Reilly is Queen. I think we can agree with
What?
on that one.
She plays
Mon Mothma.
Mothma.
Mothman.
And I will say the true Disney trilogy of Star Wars is Andor Season 1, Andor Season 2, and Rogue One. Like, just a incredible Helen in it. Incredible. And Tony Gilroy was given a mission, and it was open a new lane in Star Wars. Essentially, like his edict was he needs to open a new lane of a new type of storytelling, you know, outside of the nostalgia bait, you know, legacy characters.
Yeah.
And I think he did it in spades. I think he did an amazing job. Just not people are calling this the best show of the decade.
That's crazy.
Best
Is it
Star
end to
Wars
end?
show or just best?
Best show. Like, some people are calling it that. They're
Some
already
people
calling it
being Cody and
like everybody is just, maybe it's because, you know, Star Wars has been in the doldrums, so anything that's critically acclaimed, it's like, you know, we're all looking at it going, wow.
I'm on episode 7 of the second season.
I could not make it through the first 4 episodes of season 1 before I gave up.
Say
so good.
When does it start getting good?
Let me keep going. Let me check.
What you're gonna? I knew I was told that you have to like push through a certain point. That wasn't actually supposed to be a dig.
Season
it was like
1 didn't land for me all of that well, but I think they did a really smart thing in dropping them 3 episodes a week and essentially made it 4 movies this time around instead of spacing it out across the 15 weeks or whatever it was that it was. I think they did. It was a really smart play on that one.
So if you just look at the IMDb rating, season 1, episode 5, 7.6 out of 10. Season 1, episode 6 is 9.1 out of 10. And it never dips below like 8.5 for the rest of the season.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that was the one where I literally said out loud, wow, on one particular sequence. It was.
So maybe maybe I'll like watch a recap of the first 4 or 5 episodes and just be like everything I need to know.
Yeah.
And then get past that.
But
it's like the first season of The Office.
Right.
I think it's hitting right now, like some of the messages and themes is resonating with a lot of people. On certain aspects, we're just we'll throw that one under the rug. But
is there an evil empire that we're experiencing right now with a weird fascist, pseudo-fascist dictate? No,
that
no, I don't know why it would resonate.
That goes after undocumented migrants who work on farms. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
That happens in the show.
But I have no idea what kind of correlation that would have to real life.
Yeah. Is it done after this season? Like, or is
it's
there
done.
More?
Like, it literally ends with Cassian going to the planet to meet the guy he shoots in Rogue One.
Gotcha. Because I knew like this is like bumping close to other things.
Like,
and so I didn't know when.
Be careful that
Dallas started that
don't get
sentence
into
and didn't
spoiler
know.
territory.
I will say, William, once you finish episode 8, watch Preview's reaction to it.
Yeah.
That's probably the best episode they've ever done.
Really?
Bluey,
Okay,
I'll take Bluey off the table because Bluey is its own thing.
Yeah.
But as far as non-Bluey content, it's the best episode they've ever done.
Cool.
But yeah, so hitting at all cylinders, it ended well, and I'm gonna say that Andor is the true Disney trilogy of season 1, season 2, and Rogue One.
Nice.
Do you feel like there's a lane to give Genevieve O'Reilly more time as Mothma?
Well, maybe in Ahsoka season 2 because she was in Ahsoka season 1.
She's the most compelling character in that show.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to wonder, because the original actress who played Mon Mothma in Return of the Jedi is still alive, what she's thinking about all this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's like 98. But it's given me hope. It's given me hope for
a new hope, maybe.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I know enough. I know enough to know that's how it correlates. It ties in to the first movie ever made.
I heard it said from a YouTuber, this is why everyone was so mad when Luke turned off his targeting computer. Because of all this sacrifice and everything that the rebellion went through. But Andor was great. On the flip side, Doctor Who's in an interesting place.
Oh.
Yeah. William, I know you were spoiled about it. And Alex and Dallas.
Oh, you could say anything about Doctor Who, and you could be like, the Jingle Hoppers
Dallas
are back.
has been spoiled yet.
I have been spoiled.
About who the new Doctor is?
Wait,
Yes.
we've got a live studio audience as well. This is how I'm going to hold him back from having a twofer. There's people in the live studio audience who would absolutely care about being spoiled on Doctor Who. Please agree with me. Please agree with me. He doesn't get a twofer.
To be fair, it felt like a little bit of a Hail Mary that, like a day after the finale,
they
the
brought
BBC
her into this show now too. Man, the universe is expanded for sure.
No, the BBC shared the big reveal, like on their socials, and
gotta be careful, Sharon.
I will just say, 2027 is the make or break year for the BBC as a whole.
Okay, explain that to me. I saw it in the chat. I don't know what it means.
Okay. So the way the BBC...
Oh, now it's a threefer.
I got you, bro.
The way the BBC is funded is if you want a television in the UK and you want to watch over-the-air broadcast, you have to pay a license fee of £160 per year to the BBC.
That's heavy.
Yeah. It's £160 per year, every year to the BBC. So that's how they're able to be very well funded on all these things. Well, guess what millennials and Gen Z are not doing? Watching traditional television.
They will not pay for that BBC.
They're watching that freaking TikTok.
They're not watching over-the-air television. And so 2027 is the end of the Royal Charter. And it's up for renewal with the British government. And there is no idea as to there's no real plan as to what its future is going to be. Is it going to be a commercial network? Are they going to privatize it? Are they going to... Because this deal with Disney and Doctor Who was because otherwise Doctor Who would not have been funded if Disney did not step in and foot part of the bill. Because the cost of Doctor Who was getting more and more expensive and the ratings were going down. And so 2027, I don't think we're going to see a new season of Doctor Who until we know whether or not the BBC is getting canceled. Like,
you know when Inspector Spacetime gets canceled in Community and Troy and Abed have an existential crisis? Cody, do you need to talk about it?
Well,
should we have a new Calm Down Cody written for our website? That'd be...
Well, I will say, I think the BBC's funding mechanism was always a little suspect, but they always pulled out some very great stuff to kind of justify
You're
their
always
existence.
surprised what the BBC pulls out.
Yeah.
I mean, paying for BBC is just... why do that when you can
Well,
Get the
there's a
milk for
reason
free.
why on my high school Wi-Fi I say BBC TV when I look up their website.
Pay to watch BBC. Got it. It was a very difficult. the suggested links popping up all along the way were just uncertain.
The British Broadcasting Corporation.
Correct. There's
Yes.
nothing else at all.
But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. It looks like this new Doctor did not hit on Disney Plus as well as they would have liked with Ncuti Gatwa.
Right.
And-
BBC, the new Doctor. Got it.
Yes. Did not hit well as it liked, so they're kind of playing a nostalgia play here, bringing back some old favorites, if you will. Just kind of, so it's going to be interesting to see where it goes, and I don't think we're going to see another season until we know whether or not the British Broadcasting Corporation is going to exist.
Is that what it's hinging on? Like,
Well, it's if Disney doesn't renew for season 3, then I think the show is done.
But isn't it one of the longest running TV shows of all time?
It just celebrated its 20th anniversary of its return.
Return. Oh, so it's had
2005.
two different. Okay.
So from 2005 with Chris Eccleston, David Tennant, then Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, Jodie Whittaker, and then now Ncuti Gatwa. It's been 20 years since they returned. They just celebrated. It came back in 2005.
And what was the
original
previously?
run? The original run, it actually premiered the day of the Kennedy assassination.
11/22/63.
It did.
The fact that I know that off the top of my head, thank you, Stephen King.
They gave it another premiere the next week.
They went, ooh.
Right, yeah.
All right, we were going to blow your minds with this incredible new television show, but it feels a little on the nose.
And it went all the way till 1989 with Sylvester McCoy as the 7th Doctor. And then they tried to bring it back in 1996 with an American co-production deal.
Oh, is that why they make that joke about like Inspector Spacetime being made by Americans now?
They did. Yes, the 8th Doctor, Paul McGann, had a movie put on by Fox, which is now Disney, and now Disney is co-producing.
Wow.
Again.
The House of the Mouse.
And put on by Fox as the 8th Doctor. And then that fell through. And then it came back in 2005, and they just celebrated 20 years of Doctor Who.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it looks like this most recent Doctor is not going to be having their season until we know for sure whether or not Disney is on board. We get a 5-episode spin-off series with Unit. They're with Unit, the sort of like earthbound like military force the Doctor often works with, and then that's the end of this current Disney deal. And
Hell
then
Hydra. I see. I understand that reference.
I mean, Unit is kind of like they very much when the show came to Disney Plus, they were like, that's Avengers Tower, like very much based it like off of Shield.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh really?
What was the other spin-off show?
Torchwood.
Horton.
Torchwood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Horton here's a
Doctor Who.
Yeah, there's a mini series coming, 5 episodes start where basically humanity and like the lizard people that ruled the Earth 5 million
Hillary
years
Clinton's
ago.
in this?
I was going to say, what are you talking about? They still are.
Where do you think these conspiracies came from? And they're going to go
See,
to
what's
war
great
with
is I
each
get
other.
to play both sides. You know, like
Yes.
I made a one joke, and now I make another joke, and everyone's mad at me, but everyone loves me somehow. So,
But
the
yeah.
best jokes, the greatest
And
jokes.
Star Wars firing at all 4 cylinders. Doctor Who this season, some great episodes, but did not fire on all cylinders. Or at least as it's ended.
because I really liked him.
I do too.
The Doctor. That he was the fastest I ever accepted a new face as the Doctor.
Yeah.
Like it felt right at home, and I loved it. Well, I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
Alex, what do you got?
Ooh, I may turn you all on to a book series. I'm reading a book called The Record of a Spaceborne Few. It is, I think, the third or the fourth of a loosely connected franchise. There are some that are like direct. It started with a book called A Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet.
I have that book.
It's very good. It's very good. Read that a few years ago, then read the follow-up to that one, which features one of the characters kind of having her own little spin-off story of her own life, and that was very, very good. This one feels like little vignettes, which it's interesting because I'm somehow both wanting, like I'm like, I want to keep reading, but then I kind of go, wait, is there really a story here? Like, do you know what I mean? Where it's like you get these little vignettes and there is a story for each character, but I don't feel like I've like had a full story, so to speak. It's just like a nice little slice of life read. So it's been really good. I've called one twist so far, and I was proud of that. But it's just a good little read right now.
What was the name of that book?
That one is The Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers.
Gotcha.
It's just an interesting little read. Enjoyable. I think, looking back, I have like 6 books that I bought all in a row, and I'm like, I'm going to read that. Oh, you know what? Cody did a twofer. I'm doing a twofer. I read at Dallas's
I'm not
recommendation.
opposed to it.
Books. I read Devolution. Dallas recommended this to us.
And what did you think about that?
Loved it. Loved every second.
Did you?
So
okay, good.
It's Max Brooks, son of Mel Brooks. He wrote the World War Z and Zombie Survival Guide.
I knew that name sounded familiar.
Yeah.
Yes. So Devolution
with Julia Child
is a he writes books that you kind of read it, and if you didn't know they were fiction, you'd kind of go, what? Huh? How did I miss this news? And then it slowly gets weirder and weirder, and you go, Mount Rainier exploded? And Yetis came out to attack a village? What? But it's written as if it was like news broadcasts and diary and journal entries and interviews. And so it's a really like, you just kind of lean into you accept the world building, and then you go, yeah, Bigfoot's out there. Like a whole squad of Sasquatches, a Sasquatch comes down and just wreaks havoc on this little isolated town. It was a great read. Really enjoyable.
I felt that way about Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Like there was enough
talked about it, and I'm gonna have to give it a go at some point.
Yeah,
it's just
there's enough real history in that book to make me have to pinch myself and go, "This did not actually happen."
See, Devolution, like they have like little quotes before the chapter, and one of them is like an actual statute from an actual place. Is it in Washington?
Yeah, it's different.
It's like if you kill, like it's illegal to hunt a Sasquatch.
It's a real thing,
and it's a real law on the books, and it's because people were like accidentally shooting people going hunting for. So they were just like, you know what? It's just illegal. You can't do that. You can't go hunt for the Sasquatch.
Last week there was a video of people in the Pacific Northwest.
It's specific.
A new video. Yeah, a very specific Pacific Northwest video where they think they saw another Bigfoot. And again, now at this point, it's just like my brain went, I want to believe. I want to.
I know.
So
that's one of the things that I'm like, man, I wish my brain could just let go. Because I feel like that would just be a magical world.
But that's the other thing, is he adds enough plausibility to it where you go, okay, lead on. I mean, obviously I don't believe in real life, but then it's like, okay, yeah. Tell me about this theory.
Jenny came up to me one day and said, Daddy, is Pappy okay? What? Honey, what? Why? Yeah? Well, he really thinks Sasquatch is real.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what do you think? I don't think he is. I said, well, maybe when Pappy talks about Sasquatch, you can just act like you're pretending with him and you can play a game with him. Oh, that's a good idea. That won't hurt his feelings, will it? I said, no, it won't hurt his
No.
No.
Do you guys have anything that you know is not true, but you kind of cross fingers and you kind of believe it?
Yeah, 100%. The reason I did not get my Hogwarts letter is because Voldemort took over the ministry from the year 1994.
He said the magic words.
And they would have had record of me turning 11 in 1999, and all of those records were destroyed, and that's why I didn't get my Hogwarts letter.
Yeah, that's what I choose to believe too. I also choose this guy's wife. Oh, that's
what?
an internet reference, and it just didn't make any sense.
What?
I'll have to explain that I also choose this guy's wife. I was saying I choose your drink. Never mind. It's an internet meme, and now it's
doesn't it make jokes funnier when you have to explain them? It's way better that way.
All right, so there was a subreddit. There's a subreddit that was like Ask Anything, and somebody said, if you could relive one experience all over again in your life, what would it be? And this guy said, my wife died 6 months ago. She and I have been married for like 40 years, and all I long to experience again is the touch of her skin and to sleep with her one more time and just lay with her and spend time and my whole day with her. That's what I would choose to experience again. And one Redditor then replied to that, I also choose this guy's wife. And it became a thing. I mean, he's just pouring his heart out to the internet, and the internet does what the internet does. And it's just like, I also choose this
to
guy's
believe
wife.
that one Redditor was like choosing it on behalf of this guy so this guy can have this one more time with his wife.
That's how he meant
it. Became a thing.
That's how we meant it, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Cody, you sweet, sweet summer child. Also, did you all know that came from George R.R. Martin? Like, that was not an expression until Game of Thrones, the books were a thing, and then the show made it more popular. Yes, I didn't know that. He invented that.
Wow.
I kind of
It's like the high five only came about in the 70s.
Before that, just down low, too slow.
I know a thing. Okay, so you all don't sport. So I can relate this to you all. Okay, so at the time that we all were growing up, the Louisville Bats were the Cincinnati Reds home team. Their AAA team, okay? Their affiliate team. So now you kind of know who we're talking about. The manager, that's the person who doesn't play the game, but he tells all the other people how to play the game, kind of like a backseat driver for sports. His name is Dusty Baker. He used to play baseball, and at one point he was on like second base. That's not the first base, it's the next one. You got to put it into non-sports, right? Yeah. His teammate hits a ball, an RBI. So Dusty scores. His teammate winds up scoring on, I think, an inside the park home run. And he was so excited, he threw his hands up to celebrate. His teammate did the same, and Dusty didn't know what else to do. And so they smacked their hands up overhead. Dusty Baker in the 1970s invented the high five. And if you don't believe me, Google it. It is true.
Oh,
I would have thought the high five had been around for eternity. You're so welcome. There are certain things that's just like
two knights walked up on each other and
huzzah, good
each other's hands.
Kind of on that note, I kind of cross my fingers, kind of low key believe in the Arthurian legends.
Oh, dude, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a segue, Dallas. Did you know that's what he was going to say?
And I did not.
Because it's Dallas's turn. Dallas,
yeah.
Is that what we're doing? So I have a third daily. No, I'm just kidding. You only get one-ish, apparently.
One-ish. So here's my one-ish. So I was debating on which one to talk about. So I've started playing bass again.
What is that?
It's an instrument.
The bass. I thought you were talking about a video game.
No. Well, buckle up. I wonder where this is going. So I started playing the bass again and started buying pedals. And our very own Batmanismymom, he and I spoke about different pedals and things to purchase. But speaking of bass, I've also been playing a game called Dredge.
I
You
wondered
like
how you
that?
were going to connect.
Oh,
we have
yeah.
a fellow strings player in the chat, Emily.
Strings. This, except mine doesn't use a bow.
Slapping the bees.
Slapping the bees.
Is that the guy that wears the little trilby hat and bees? And he's that guy on YouTube shorts that I don't know. I see him all the time, and it's like I don't even play guitar. Yeah, okay.
This game gets around. It's on Mac OS.
Oh yeah, this game is on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it's not like a super like high fidelity game, and it was a game that I just tried because it was on Game Pass, and so you have a fishing boat, and you fish for fish.
I was very concerned as to what else we would be fishing for.
Actually,
compliments.
and then you fish for people, then it turns out to be a chosen video game.
Oh no. And and compliments. Don't you think that's a really good concept, guys? Don't you think I'm really smart for that concept?
So smart. I'm just so
Thanks. I'm really good. I've been playing for a while. Don't I sound like I'm really good at this game, guys? Fishing for compliments. Dallas, don't you think I'm really good at it?
You're the best at it.
Oh, thanks.
You're like me fishing with William when we were kids.
Is that what? Oh, I got another
fishy.
compliment.
William would catch all the fish, and then I would get my pole tangled up in a tree.
Oh wow!
I got you. I was a record
throw my pole
stick
to the
catcher.
ground, and then sit on the dock and read a book.
They say opposites attract, but somehow I would catch more sticks with my fishing pole. Like I just,
you caught more fishing poles. You're somehow enhancing your ability in the future.
It's just
and
fishing
one
poles
day
all the
I
way
will
down.
have a mega pole.
Yeah.
So Dallas, I've seen
Yes.
There's a guy I follow on Twitch who will play Dredge on occasion. Does it have like a spookum element
It
to it?
does have
as well?
a spookum to it. So everything is kind of off. Like even when you first start, it's like something else is going on here because they're like, you need to just leave maybe. And so you kind of double that because they're like, like nobody needs to be like, get things happen here, leave. But you stay and you're like fishing for this town, and you go and you fish for different types of fish, and there's like little mini games to catch the fish, and you bring it, and then things kind of take a turn. So like when it gets dark, there's different fish, and if you stay up too long, there's like an eye that changes color, or if you're out in the dark too long, and like paranoia sets in, and you start to see things, and things start to happen, and but as you play, some of those things aren't necessarily just your mind playing tricks on you. They're actual things that are really happening. So like I was playing and it was dark, and I was like, hey, there's another boat that looks just like mine. And so I went after it, and it turns out to be the boat is like the bait from an anglerfish that then chased me around in the pitch black ocean.
Thanks,
until
I hate
finally...
it.
Or you catch like anomaly fish, and there's like people like
it's
almost like
pronounced anemone.
X-Files.
Like I just
I
haven't caught that one yet.
I just looked up the game on the Mac App Store, and the caption is Dredge, a sinister fishing adventure.
It is.
So that's just
I'm not
from
a big
Latin. It means
fishing
left-handed.
game.
It's for left-handed people.
Yeah.
So it's for me.
Which is why I play it. Yeah, see? We can play together.
Yeah.
But there's like inventory management, upgrading stuff. I'm not like a fishing game person, but the sinister, like there's a story going on.
I can't believe I just made a Latin joke of all
Has
things
me
there.
hooked for this game for sure.
Hooked? Has you hooked? The dad joke episode was last time, Dallas.
I had to redeem myself because that one I crashed
I
over.
have the ability to mute him. Should I? I mean, I'll mute myself at the same time. It's like only fair, but like that was bad.
No, that was incredible, Dallas. It was incredible. Well,
Thank you. Somebody's got to keep my self-esteem up.
I think I have.
I think he was
Dredge
fishing for
downloaded on
compliments
Xbox.
again. You've been playing my game too.
No, I downloaded Dredge, but then No, I purchased Dredge, but I haven't downloaded it yet because Jenny likes to get on the Xbox, and I don't want her to like sneak into any stuff.
Right, yeah.
Just yet, until she's ready.
Yeah, it's odd. I have not been. It's eerie.
It's just kind of off-putting.
Eerie?
I'll say.
Yeah. Do you know? It'd be like if Gravity Falls was more serious.
I was just getting ready to say it.
Gravity Falls is serious.
I watched, it was like the second episode, like the Nessie episode of Gravity Falls. I'm like, this looks just like that video game.
Yeah, it has the same, almost like the same art style.
Yeah.
Ish, but if it was just serious all the time.
Insert the Rick and Morty clip, you son of a bee, I'm in. Like put that here. That GIF right there.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna that wraps out the dailies. We're gonna take a break. And when we come back, we're going to play 6 Degrees. We'll be back in just a second.
I'm gonna go as fast as I can so I don't miss anything.
Excuse me, may I go to the bathroom first?
I gotta go to work.
We'll return after these messages.
This episode is brought to you by the Big Red Button Podcast.
Do you know what you'd do in a nuclear apocalypse?
Because we sure as quack don't.
See how our choices get us into trouble and back out again in this actual play podcast.
Big Red Button is for lovers of the Fallout franchise, choose your own adventures, and tabletop role-playing games rolled into one big audio drama.
Our band of stragglers is unraveling a mystery in the wasteland, and we're at the mercy of the roll of the dice.
So grab your Geiger counters, take your rat away, and subscribe to our new show, The Big Red Button.
Oh, shoot, did I miss the halftime show? Gosh dang it, who'd they have? What are you doing in here? You're in here. I pay for that privilege.
I'm feeling much better now.
Yeah, I'm having an heart attack. Get back to work.
All right, guys, welcome
What's
back.
up, little old church ladies? I'm going to match your freak. Get ready for some acoustic Jesus music.
Yeah, I can't wait for the public cut of this episode where I start with, all right, guys, welcome back. They have no context to, all right, little church ladies, I'm about to match you.
Little blue-haired church ladies getting
If you want to hear,
if you want to match my freak,
the 10 minutes that led into that comment, check out our Patreon. Links down in the description below.
Or even better, when you join the Patreon, you can be part of the live studio audience that actually gets to have the comments that we see that spark these side tangents. Just saying.
The best.
And we'll give special discounts to blue-haired church ladies who read bonnet rippers.
If you want to match my freak. I don't even know the rest of the song. I only know that from like Instagram.
I'm going to start going to the chat and reading out of context certain things in the middle of other conversations. So in the middle, just like the triangle.
Like this one from like...
That's it.
That one from like 30 minutes ago.
So what's your dailies? Smoochy. And then we just move on. That's it.
I'm just gonna read passages from Amish romance novels.
Twins.
Okay,
Flat
so
Earth.
we are playing 6 Degrees tonight, and do you know who the actor or actress is? Spoilers.
It's Harry Potter thing.
No, it was the last. It was the title of the last published episode of the podcast.
Florence Pugh.
It's Florence Pugh, 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 Pugh,
Oh.
Pew, Pew,
Pew, pew, pew.
Okay.
So
I'm so
how
ready for
this
this.
works, it's like
So
6
ready.
degrees of Kevin Bacon, but we have a rotating roster. Well, it's not a rotating roster. We haven't hit the same actor twice. I debated on doing Pedro Pascal to celebrate Fantastic Four next month, but
And The Last of Us season 2.
Exactly, he's on right now. But we're gonna go with Florence Pugh, and how this works is we will each throw out an actor or actress.
Recall.
And whoever. No context. No context.
Nope, no context.
No. Join us live. You'll understand what that means. So I'm going to throw out an actor or actress, and whoever can connect that actor or actress to Florence Pugh in the least number of steps wins that round and gets a point. Are we ready? Now I am going to say, Read it down. I am going to say we're also going to have an honorary chat actor or actress. So everyone in the those of you who are in the chat, throw out, and it can be at random right off the top of your head, an actor or actress, and we have to attempt through the 6 degrees logic to get to Kevin Bacon using movies that they
Florence
were in.
Pugh.
Yes,
Not
yeah.
Kevin Bacon,
Using the logic
but
of the
yes.
Kevin Bacon game.
Yes,
we have to connect it to Florence Pugh.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew pew.
Pew.
Can we have ground rules on like no, you know. All right.
No rules.
And no pants.
Just
yeah.
How
That's
did
rule
you
number
know?
1.
What is nice though is she has not been in like a full. Well, I guess you could count Thunderbolts. But she's not been.
Don't give us what she's been in. We got some good stuff to work with Florence Pugh. We're gonna have. I think we're gonna have some low scores. Like low scores.
This is senior year of high school.
She's been in Marvels.
Wait, I forgot the rules, Emily says. So, Emily, what we have to do is we're going to start with one actor or actress that you or anyone else in the live studio chat provides, starting out. And then we are going to try to connect them back to Florence Pugh through movies, television, West End productions of The Cursed Child, and then see how close we can get, or how few steps, how few to Pew is actually the name of this one.
Yes.
Oh,
title,
that's a good one.
Called it.
That's
How
a
few to
good
Pew.
one.
How few to Pew. Timothy Cruz or John Stamos?
Oh man,
John Stamos.
Okay. Okay.
Which one are we doing?
Interesting. Since we did get some feedback from the chat, let's do both of them. We'll start with John Stamos.
Oh, and another rule for anyone listening: you are allowed to use IMDb. We've done this.
Yes. Otherwise, I would just not be on this one.
Oh,
because
and we're tying it back to Florence. Pew pew pew. I think hold on, I need to confirm something.
Wait, Jason Stamos or John Stamos?
John Stamos.
My bad.
Oh, I've got it. So, Florence Pugh was in Puss in Boots, The Last Wish with Antonio Banderas, who was in Zorro with Catherine Zeta-Jones, who was in Chicago with Queen Latifah, who was in The Little Mermaid Live with John Stamos playing Chef Louis, the French chef. Les poissons. Oh, I love les poissons. And confession, other than Full House, that is the only thing I could actively remember John Stamos being in. Was being the
Doesn't
French
he
chef.
mess up something in that pretty bad? Doesn't he reference somebody and it's the wrong character?
I think so. I've only ever watched Queen Latifah sing "Poor Unfortunate Souls," and it was
all right.
Oh, I've watched that a lot.
Got it. John Stamos is in the 2007 critically acclaimed classic that is on all of our shelves. I mean, everyone owns this movie, Farce of the Penguins. With, should I pick one or two? Which actor or actress should I go with next? Because I have two options that take me the same route.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Brie Larson, who appears in Avengers Endgame with our fantastic Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, who is then in Black Widow with Florence Pugh. So I believe that's two, is it not? John Stamos to Brie Larson to Scarlett Johansson to Florence Pugh. That's two connectors. Brie Larson to Scarlett. Yes? Is that how we're counting these? I forget every time we do this.
Okay, I was trying to remember when the time heist happened, whether or not that was Infinity War or that was Endgame.
Endgame at the end, they're all...
Yeah.
One of them, they're in there together. Or, in fact, you know what? I'll go with Samuel L. Jackson, who is also in Farce of the Penguins with John Stamos, who is then in any other Avengers movie that... in Avengers, the original one, with Black Widow, and then Black Widow with Florence Pugh. There you go. 2.
I mean, it worked. It kind of feels like a cop-out to use an Avenger movie.
I asked if there were ground rules.
When we do Harry Potter actors and we can't use Harry Potter, it makes it spicy. It makes it interesting.
We can going forward. You know what?
Okay.
Everyone gets one Avengers. And no, you can't do Avengers 1, 2, 3, 4, Civil War. Like you get. Everyone gets one Avengers of your choosing.
Batman in the chat saying, "I'm not going to lie, I didn't know you all used IMDb. I thought you guys just knew a lot about movies. From here on out, I am going to stay off of IMDb."
Oh, that's cruel, and I love it.
I'm not saying everybody else has to. I am going to stay off of it because it is kind of my parlor trick. I know people who are
that's fair. So do I.
In things.
You want to do this thing? Let's do
I
this
only know them as who they're playing. That's a real. Every movie could be a documentary in my mind.
I remembered Black Widow before Scarlett Johansson. So I mean, that's really
yeah. All right. So can I do mine?
Go for it.
Yes.
All right, so I did the tactic where I clicked on it, pretty much anything in their IMDb at random and scrolled through and saw if I could recognize the photo from the next one that I clicked on. So I went My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2.
Okay, this is John Stamos, I take it.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. With a gentleman named Alex Wolff.
Of the Naked band, the Naked Brothers band, Alex Wolff?
I don't know.
Is it a young guy?
He doesn't know things.
It's a black and white picture because that's what I went hunting for and got a match with Oppenheimer. He's in that.
Yeah, it's the Naked Brothers band from Nickelodeon.
Okay, then there you go.
Isn't that wild? Yeah, he's a real person.
With Florence Pugh.
Oh, wow. Look at you. Okay.
So wait, it was just one? Did you have one or two?
Yep. Just one, right?
Okay. One.
Oh my!
Wow.
Listen, let's not get excited because that was it was an accidental match the puzzle picture with the other puzzle picture.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Impeccable.
Don't worry, this will fall off pretty
pretty fast.
Okay.
What you got, Cody?
So John Stamos was in one. Is actually in the new season of Phineas and Ferb.
What?
I won't tell you the character that he plays.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Is he part of the band? They're getting the band back together again. Please tell me.
I'm not gonna say.
Oh.
But Phineas and Ferb, thanks to the Marvel superhero episode, not MCU. The Disney XD Marvel shows that were coming on at the time that they did a crossover with Phineas and Ferb had a cameo with Stan Lee.
This feels like cheating.
Yeah. That's
I'll allow it.
Stan Lee had a cameo.
You don't say.
In Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Is he allowed to do that? That's a different
The whole
people.
joke was, Stan, this is a DC movie.
That's amazing, first of all.
Well, there you go.
With I'm looking up I'm looking it up.
Did you just head down a rabbit hole and not check to see if it was
You just thought about where you wanted to go. So he's in Teen Titans Go.
He was
Where
in
else are we
Teen
going?
Titans Go to the Movie with Will Arnett.
We're getting somewhere.
Yes.
who is in Arrested
All
Development.
the webs we weave. And this one is unbeweavable.
You could probably go to the Lego. You could probably go to the Lego Batman movie.
Yes, the Lego He was, in fact, in the Lego Batman movie. And then cast of the Lego Batman movie.
For the listeners, this is the Michael Scott version of sometimes I start a sentence and I don't know where it's going to end up, except with connecting actors and actresses.
You went to Stan Lee and say he was a cameo in a Marvel movie who featured a character who was in Black Widow done.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
He took that rule serious and was like, I'm not touching
We
it.
all get
trying
one.
to avoid I was trying to somehow incorporate Stan Lee, but avoid the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, that's the best.
We're sailing around the world here.
As much as I wanted to see where that went, we do have a recording limit.
We do.
on Riverside.
Oh, I do see in the chat Timothy Cruise, which I believe is Tom Cruise. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have this in, I think in one.
Yeah, this one's an easy one.
I have this in one.
Yeah, this is easy.
So
we may have the same thing.
Tom Cruise is in Edge of Tomorrow, aka Live Die Repeat, with the one and only, the impeccable
DJ
Emily
Blunt.
Who is then in
okay.
Oppenheimer, who is in Oppenheimer as Oppenheimer's sad wife, who gets cheated on with,
Pew pew pew.
pew pew pews.
Yeah.
I went a completely different direction.
Emily
Tom
Blunt.
Cruise, Mission Impossible, with
Okay.
Rebecca Ferguson,
Oh.
who was in Dune 2
Duh.
with Florence Pugh.
Duh. Wonderful.
That'll do it.
That'll do it, pig. That'll do.
Oh,
Dallas, Cody?
Yes.
Can you do better than one?
That was also mine.
You don't know the Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt movie that they're in together?
Well, I saw Edge of Tomorrow. Then, and what was Emily Blunt in? Florence Pugh?
Oppenheimer.
Oh, darn. I should have said
Oppenheimer.
Benicio del
Did not.
Toro. Oh, I could do that in one, actually.
Sicario.
What's his name? Yeah.
Yeah,
Not Jeff
what's his
Bridges. Not Jeff Bridges.
Nash Bridges.
No. Stop it. It's Thanos. Why can't I think of his name? Who's played?
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, thank you.
I could see.
Or
Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin, and then
Sicario with Emily Blunt.
oh yeah.
Who was in Oppenheimer.
No. We go with a guy who was in Burn Notice, and then when he was in Burn Notice, there was a tiny cameo with. No, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that.
There was a
I'm
platypus
Michael
in
Weston. I used to be a spy until we loved that show.
And now I wear thick glasses and die in a movie. I didn't like Sicario. I should like it, but I don't.
Oh, yeah. It was fine.
I should like it, but I don't. I'm sorry.
I thought you were going with the guy who sells the pizza balls in Multiverse of Madness, who was
oh, what's his name? Who's in every freaking
Sam Raimi.
Ash versus the Evil
Yeah.
Dead.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Anyways, yeah. All right. Who's our next celebrity?
Oh, I think he did Benicio del Toro. We did that one counter really fast. Okay,
sorry.
I'm going to.
That was one. Batman is my mom. You gotta give me some stumpers here.
Dylan and or Cole Sprouse.
Are
I could
those
probably do that in one
items you can get at Lee's? What did you say? What words?
Okay, so let's see here. Dylan and Cole
Sweet Life of
Sprouse
Zack
would
and
have
Cody.
been with Brenda Song. Brenda Song was in The Social Network with Brie Larson. Brie Larson, the Black Widow. I can do better than that. I know that.
Was in the Social Network with Andrew Garfield, who was just recently in a
Andrew
movie.
Garfield and Florence Pugh with A Time of Our Own, or is that what it was? Is that the name of it? In Our Own
I like
Time.
that we're kind of tag teaming this.
Yeah, this is. I see. William and I are scary when we're on the same page. It's like
Older
one
brother and
function.
Renee?
It's when we have two brain cells going at the same time.
Dylan and Cole Sprouse were Sweet Life and Zack and Cody.
Who is Cress Williams? Emily?
And then, who had a crossover with Selena Gomez of Wizards of Waverly Place, who is in The Only Murders in the Building with Steve Martin. And Florence Pugh was in Father of the Bride Part 3, a short film with Steve Martin.
Who is Cress Williams, by the way? I feel
no idea.
You know, from Heart of Dixie, Living Single,
what?
Other shows that I'm naming off of the internet that I'm looking at
IMDb.
right now. But I wanted to act like I knew.
We have
Who
slipped
is
into the
Cress
first.
Williams.
Oh, he's Black Lightning.
You watch your language.
You know.
He's
Von
in Prison
Hayes from
Break,
Heart of
apparently.
Dixie.
He was
He was Jake from In Your Eyes. He
See,
was,
this is
in
the
the
kind of
Arrowverse.
challenge that I just appreciate, where it's like, who is this human? Okay.
He was
well,
Officer Reggie Moore
no.
from ER. You know.
I hate
Ooh,
to
he's
tell
going to
you
be
this.
in the Eyes
He's
of
in
Wakanda
Grey's
series.
Anatomy. And Grey's Anatomy
Okay.
has had
Cody.
He was
everyone.
Riley on Touched by an Angel. That
What
one
was-
episode from 2003. You remember that one?
What was Black Lightning from? Is that DC?
Oh, no.
That is the DC Arrowverse.
Arrowverse. Okay, so I'm not going to use IMDb.
Cress Williams. So Cress Williams is the actor we're going with right now for the sake of the recording. So let me see.
Can I ask Cody a clarifying question?
Absolutely.
I don't know who, yeah, go ahead.
Was he in Legends of Tomorrow ever?
Technically, yes. He was part of the crossover specials, so you can count that whole universe.
I mean, well, I don't. Okay. All right.
He was part of the crossover special, so he's technically in a Legends of Tomorrow episode, but they were all kind of mishmashed together. Okay. Cress Williams was in the Arrowverse with Grant Gustin, the Flash, who had a season with Tom Felton. Tom Felton, most notably in Harry Potter. William, actor who was in both Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts.
Jamie Campbell Bower?
Young Grindelwald.
Jamie Campbell Bower, the guy that bullied Dallas in second grade?
Don't you dare bring him up.
That is a callback.
Well, young Grindelwald was in Fantastic Beasts with Jude Law.
Okay.
Jude Law was in Captain Marvel, but we're not allowed to use Marvel, right?
No, you can at this point. We're giving up on.
Oh wait,
You're getting from Cress
Draco
Williams.
Malfoy was in Harry Potter with Emma Watson. Emma Watson was in Little Women with Florence Pugh.
Whoa. First of all, great work, because I totally forgot that that's what she was in.
Yeah, Florence Pugh is Amy.
Yeah.
Who is Amy? I only know if I'm seeking her from Britney Spears fame. I don't know if you
So-
seek Amy, what that means yet, but one
Gustin-
day I'll learn.
Gustin, Felton, Watson, Pugh.
Dustin Outlaw. What?
Gustin, Felton, Watson, Pugh.
Gustin Felton out.
Was Matt Damon in Oppenheimer?
He was, I think.
So if I am allowed to use Cody's assist that he was in Legends of Tomorrow, he was in Legends of
Arrowverse
Tomorrow
writ large
with
counts for
Arthur Darvill, who was kind of the companion's companion, the Rory in.
He actually basically played the Doctor in Legends of Tomorrow, which was really funny.
Yeah, I know. So Cress Williams to Rory from Doctor who was in an episode with Michael Gambon, the Christmas episode.
Okay.
And then Michael Gambon, third Harry Potter movie, Emma Watson to Little Women.
Can I?
Wow.
I've got another one because I had his Wikipedia page up, and he was in one episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine with Nana Visitor, who played Colonel Kira in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, who guest starred in Star Trek Lower Decks with Jack Quaid, who was in Oppenheimer.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Wait.
So he was in ER with George Clooney. Who was in If with Emily Blunt.
Cress Williams
in Oppenheimer.
is in. Cress Williams is in Grey's Anatomy. I only know that because of IMDb. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is in Grey's Anatomy. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is on The Boys with Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid is in Oppenheimer. So that's so Jeffrey Dean Morgan on Grey's Anatomy. He's on The Boys with Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid is in Oppenheimer. Wait, is that 2? Did I say that right? Yeah, that's 2.
Do I have in 2? So he was in ER with George Clooney.
First high five ever, up top.
With Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt was in.
I like how you froze there in your high five.
Oh, did I actually? Adam Sandler has been thrown out as a name. This one feels so easy, it should be hard, actually.
Right, because he was in
Bedtime Stories, the greatest Disney movie of all time.
Which has everybody in it.
The problem is that Adam Sandler has been in like a gajillion movies.
It's kind of a curse, actually.
Yeah, but he's been in a bajillion movies with.
I've got it in one. I've got it in one.
What is it?
Adam Sandler is in Click with Christopher Walken, who plays the Emperor in Dune 2.
Look at that, bro.
Man. All right. Well, we're gonna end with that one. That felt like finale, final shot
What is
at
going
the buzzer.
on? Batman is my mom. You have given us 3 in a row that are one touch.
One steps. Well, that has been 6 Degrees of Florence. Pew 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 pew. And
from pew to pew.
When we come back, we are going to end out the night with a table topic question, and then we'll head out of here. We'll be right back.
Are you going somewhere?
Well, yes. Urgent call. Unavoidable. Gotta go.
Excuse me. There's a sign at Ramsett Park that says do not drink the sprinkler water, so I made some tea with it, and now I have an infection.
I've just about had enough of you. I'll be back.
This episode is brought to you by Potter Plus, your podcasting home for the upcoming Harry Potter TV show and so much more. Join me, your host, William, and many other magical friends as we pick apart the past, ponder the present, and unfog the future of the wizarding world. Potter Plus is a production of the Grapefruit Network, and you can find it wherever you get your podcasts.
And I am back.
How'd it go?
No, Pam. I'm back.
We have a new weather report. Lightning has struck. I repeat.
Gin and tonic.
Longers. I don't know if they do bottomless gin and tonic, but we will find it.
Okay, so coming from our chat, who have submitted some questions earlier on the episode, Batman asks, "What is
Batman is my mom?
What is Batman is my mom?"
Wasn't at that time. It was just Batman at the time.
What is a conspiracy theory that you think could actually be true?
The problem with conspiracy theories is that the people who purport conspiracy theories have a much greater view of human nature than actually exists.
Like that we think would be true, or do we want to be true?
Want to be true, I want Flat Earth to be true.
I want so many to be true.
Because for me, Flat Earth is so dumb. Like, why would we cover that up?
Because the ice wall keeps us from falling off into space, Cody.
We're just denying the world's greatest bungee jumping opportunities. If Flat Earth,
I'd do it.
Would gravity allow you?
But I feel like you would jump
once you get to
and
the
then
other
just
side,
float back up.
Exactly. Gravity starts pulling the other way. So it's kind of like until they reel you in, it's like
it's just down.
Would you extend a scaffolding like straight off the edge, parallel with the plane of the Earth?
I think you kind of bungee jump out. Because that would be the only. It's because we're spinning on a disc, so centrifugal force would be like. So you'd go out, and the bungee would help pull you back in, and go out.
It's to not disrupt the turtles.
In and out. And it's all the way down, Dallas.
Yeah, it's all the way down. And if you topple off,
I
the
do
turtles,
appreciate that on the Flat Earth Society website for a long time they said that they had members all over the globe.
They did. Those silly geese.
But I like that. That's my favorite conspiracy theory. The fact that there are people out there who believe it. It's watching a car crash for me. Just
I like the ones where they don't think birds are real.
You
I love that one.
stinker. That was what
that
I
one
was going to
yours?
say. Yes.
Was it? Do you believe
What?
that? Are you saying
What?
you believe that, or you want
Birds
to
are not real. Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
They're
It's
government
like-
drones.
They're government
Yeah.
drones. All right, no, I can think of other conspiracy
believe?
theories.
They went extinct a while ago.
There's so many other conspiracy theories. I choose to believe that the National Treasure movies are actually a real, that is a real historical documentation of everything that's gone on in history. The National Treasure timeline is the correct timeline.
I choose to believe that the only reason Disney did not get shut down by the federal government is when that disclaimer of all of this is a work of fiction, everything is a coincidence, that they accidentally stumbled on the truth. And it's like, how did they know?
Right, yeah. They're actually telling the truth, but they have to put that on there to get
No,
around it
I'm
for
saying
legal
is it
reasons.
was completely fictional from Disney's perspective. But but the moment that they said that the president's book was in the Library of Congress, they had to shut down the Library of Congress for a couple of days because they were like, how did they know? It was complete accident.
Mr. President, Hollywood's done it again.
Was it The Simpsons again? No, it was not.
I don't know. I have a
It had
couple.
nothing to do with you going down the escalator, sir.
I want the cryptids to be real.
Yes.
I would love for like Bigfoot to be real or Nessie to be real because it's
The Goat Man of Kentucky. That's
the
a real
goat man,
one.
or the Loveland Frogmen, which this one has such a like a magical explanation to it that it would just prove to me that like wizards were actually real.
You would.
There's that, or that we faked the moon landing.
No, that would break my heart.
It feels like something that I don't know. Given this,
Don't you put that
I
evil
want it to
on
be
us, Ricky
real,
Bobby.
but there's a reason why. Like they passed over it, and there were like other
Like,
things
they were
already there, and they're like,
Decepticon-
"Yeah, we
they're-
can't land there."
There were
Space Ghost,
Decepticons on
you got to
the
go
moon.
home.
Like,
And the Russians were like, we're in on it. Yeah.
yeah. Like there was something on the moon that we had to go like suppress to save the Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll do that. Yes, I don't
Don't
want
break
to.
my heart.
I don't want to diminish like aeronautical.
Like the moon landing
inspiration.
gave us the greatest history based song of all time.
Yeah, that the
We
moon is
went
hollow.
to
that
the
one.
moon in 1969, not 1968, but the year after. We went to the moon in 1969.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of early days of ChatGPT.
Where it was like,
those are the answers that you would get from a chatbot whenever you would ask it to write X number of words about the moon landing. I'm going to say cryptids.
Cryptids.
Specifically, I think I want Nessie to be real.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of lament that we live in a time where they've been kind of mostly proven to not be real.
You can't argue something from the negative. Like the lack of evidence is not a way to argue something's non-existence. Like you can't say that God isn't real because you have no proof. Like that doesn't work, Cody. First
Not
Nessie's
yet.
not real, now God's not real. Watch it, buddy.
Wow, what a
Watch
jump!
it.
Birds aren't real.
That got weirdly
So-
deep, and I don't know if
Yeah, I
the
know.
theology was solid on that one
I
at
just-
all. Your hermeneutics needs like some real work, Alex.
I don't know. I just kind of wished I lived in a time where I looked out in the ocean and believed the Kraken was a real thing.
Dude, have you seen the colossal squid footage that we've started getting now? The Kraken very well might be real.
He is crack-a-lacking. So
But the evidence
when
is
I was a
crack-a-lacking, but we'll
That's
get it
true.
eventually.
When I was a kid, I 1,000% believed like aliens would show up any day. and
Yeah.
I was terrified.
Well,
but I loved it. Like, I remember shining a flashlight up into the sky, and I saw what was probably an airplane, like, blinking, and I was like, I did it. They're coming right now. I was like, they're coming. They didn't, I don't think. I did black out for a while, but I do wish I still had that belief that, like, at any moment, us flying saucer would.
You're gonna love this,
show up.
Dallas. One of my favorite artists, musical artists. His name is Young Mister, and he's got this song where he's singing about, like, it's very like longing for love, and he's like, is there anyone out there brave enough? Is there anyone out there looking for this thing called love? These are the lyrics. Is there anyone out there who knows what it means? Is there anyone out there for me? And he is actually a personal acquaintance. And so I'm sitting there with Steven, Young Mister, and he goes, most people think that song is about looking for love and longing. No, the song, Anyone Out There, is about aliens. I went, what? He was like, yeah, I got high one night and I started thinking about, is anyone out there? And he wrote
you
an
talked
entire...
to this guy?
Oh, yeah, I know him.
You can't just casually throw out that you talked to this dude about his song.
Why not?
Oh, I think he just did.
But it's the actual, like, I'm not expecting this to be about aliens. It's a song about, longing and just, I need love. Is anyone out there for me? It's about aliens. It's not about like misconnections on the old internet.
But
no.
we have to keep those themes alive, because otherwise English teachers will be unemployed.
Hey, now, sometimes a red door is just a red door, Cody. Let's.
Well, Batmanismymom, I don't know what you expected from that question, but I hope that it exceeded your expectations. And Emily, we're going to answer yours the next time that we record, because that one is good. I'm going to put that one in my pocket for later. But
I got a pocket full of answers and questions.
Well, if you want to be a part of our live chat, interact with us live during these recordings, submit questions in real time as we're recording, check out a link to our Patreon. The Doctor and the Lawyer Walk Into a Bar is a member of the Grapefruit Network. And if you want to find out more about this show, you can visit us at thegrapefruitnetwork.show. And if you want to find out more about the other shows inside of our network, visit us at
thegrapefruitnetwork.com.
thegrapefruitnetwork.com. Yes. Our Patreon link will be down in the description box below. We'd love for you to come over there and hang out with us and say hi.
I wish we could own all of the domains about Grapefruit and networking. We're actually like a citrus-based LinkedIn.
Yes.
The Grapefruit Network.
But guys, I will square up the tab and I'm going to head out of here. I'm William.
I'm Dallas.
I'm John Stamos.
And I'm looking for alien love.
In all the wrong places. In all the wrong places. Oh. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Kiss
Bye.
Me.
Birds aren't real.
Kiss me. Infect me with your poison. It's something else that Katy Perry sings.
Are you kidding? I'm working.
All right, I'll be right there.
And grab the movie. Go, 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 go.
Come on, my lover. Come on, my friend.
One snapped in two, which was say.